this is called the Ask the Queen. We asked the fans over the past week to send in some questions they want to ask you. So we picked five questions, and just give us your honest answer or whatever comes from your
Your
heart,
thoughts, your opinion on this,
your
yes.
thoughts. So the first question is from Ding Ding. If you are a Harry Potter character, which character would you be and why?
Oh, I love Harry Potter. I'm a fan of that book series. And among all of the characters, I would choose to be Hermione Granger. Simply
Mhm.
because, just like her, she was criticized for being a half witch and a half muggle. I had that criticism too. People would say that I am not Filipina because of my father's side, but it is how I try to contain myself and use my strength in doing visible actions in my community. And I love Hermione Granger because she was able to use her intelligence, her experience, her wisdom as a woman to help the male characters. And that for me is an image of power and strength.
Good, good answer. Okay, the next one is from Kaylee Darla. Do you think that staying positive at all times will help you get through certain situations? What if it gets toxic?
We have this idea, which is being called the toxic positivity. I do understand that us Filipinos, we really need to have a positive mindset, and that is innate in us. But we really need to sometimes take a step back to look at the bigger picture and realize what is the real problem in this situation. We need to address the problem. And it's not going to be solved if we're just going to be positive about things. So that is my stand about this one. We really need to find the best possible ways to solve the problem, and it cannot be solved by having a positive mindset. We need to have plans, solutions that would bring us growth and development as a nation.
Yeah. Okay. The next question came from my friend. This is my friend Paquito. Hi, Pax. And he would like to ask you: do you believe graduates with Latin honors have an edge over the others in the real world?
I used to think that once you graduate with flying colors, all the good things will go to you. But then, after years of graduating, I realized that it is not the degree that will land you a great job, but it is your character and your perspective in life. You know, graduating with Latin honor, that is an evidence that you really did well in doing your task. But
Mhm.
life is more than what you read in books. It is about being street smart and how you interact with people. So there are people who doesn't have, diplomas, who haven't gone to school, but they have this big opportunities that comes their way because they have the right character to do things in their way. So that is my stand about this question.
I
Mhm.
also agree.
Okay. The second to the last question from the fans came from Filipinas underscore slaying. The 2022 elections is fast approaching. What qualities do you think should Filipinos look for in our leaders?
Can I make a joke before I answer this one?
Yes, of
Go lang,
course.
Because
go.
because people would always say, mas mataas pa yung standard ng mga Pilipino pagdating sa Miss Universe
Universe.
compared sa pag-elect ng leaders ng bansa natin. And
True.
that shouldn't be the case, right? We
Yes.
need to have stricter qualifications before we vote somebody. And if there's gonna be one aspect of being a leader that I would like to highlight, that is being honest. Because all the good things will go after that. An honest leader is somebody who is just, who is
Mhm.
humane, but most importantly, he or she is accountable of what is happening in her country, his or her country. So we need to like look at the background of these leaders, and we really need to use our mind and our heart in doing so, because this is gonna give the opportunities to our children to build a better society for the future. So I hope that this 2022 Filipinos will be smarter and we will choose the best possible leaders for our country.
Mhm.
One
And
follow up question, Drew.
go, go.
No, because I do agree with what Rabia is saying. In coming from the province ourselves, wherein we are having a hard time being represented in the Senate or being represented in the Congress. No matter how we wanted to, well, even though the people have the wanted to change the leadership, but usually the system is just unfavorable. Kasi nga, if there's a chance for you, for example, to change the system, like, just an opinion or something, would you be amenable to the idea of changing into federal form of government, or would you stick with the current presidential style of government? Just an opinion, ah.
Being in a democratic country and choosing federalism has its pros and cons.
Mm.
But I would like to highlight the fact that we need to be united as one country. Because with federalism, yes, you're gonna have the opportunities that you have individually. But how about those cities that are not blessed with economic status, with growth, with development? How about them?
Mm.
So it's not about the system, it's about the leaders. Because regardless of what kind of system do we have, if we have leaders who are corrupt, who would put their personal interests first before their people, then it's just gonna be the same. So that's why I would stick for the fact that we have a democratic country in which we choose our leaders, and it's all about having the power to choose for the best ones.
True. Very
Wow.
good.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the
Grabe.
final
So
the
there.
final question, yeah, the final question from the fans came from Mark
Very intense
Dion.
talaga ako when it comes to politics.
Ah, medyo related sa politics yung last question. President Duterte recently made a remark that the presidency was no job for a woman because of their emotional differences to men. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I do respect the president, but I completely disagree with this thought. In our country, we already have two female leaders. And by doing that, women are as capable as men in handling a nation. I just want to give an example of what happened in New Zealand in conquering COVID virus, in which their female leader was able to nurse a newborn, but at the same time, she was able to become a mother to her dad. I am a woman, and I believe that my emotion do make part in my leadership skills. And I have so much heart, I have so much calling in being a leader actually. And I do disagree with this thought. I can lead my country because I have the power to do so.
I also disagree with President
I
Duterte.
all agree. Totally agree.
True. The
Okay, Drew.
presidency is for anybody,
Yes. Okay, now
either man
Drew.
or woman. It's not about your
Yes.
sexual
The head
Gender.
the head of the Tokyo Olympic Committee already resigned because of his sexist
sexist
remarks
remark.
against women. It's a different world now. Come on.
Okay,
And
Yeah,
Drew.
now
and I'm
we're
sorry,
now.
I just
Yeah,
have to
go
say,
Rabiya. Yes,
Go,
yes.
go.
we live in an era in which we need to treat men and women equally. We need to give them the same opportunities. And I won't agree with something like this because I know my capabilities and strength as a woman. And I know that I can make a difference, so much difference. And we need female leaders, leaders who will put their emotions in making decisions. Because it's not all about experience. Sometimes you really need to put your emotion and to be the mother of your life.
Or Drew, baka pinapatamaan lang yun ni President Duterte yung kanyang anak.
Yun yung sabi niya. Anyway, moving forward na tayo. So, medyo
Yeah, because
gigitahin pa ulit natin si Rabiya. This is the Q&A challenge. It's a new segment.
You'll love this, Rabia. You will love this.
Alam namin na magaling kang sumagot. And I remember before ka nanalo, you were doing live in FB Live or IG Live kasi tatanong ka sa mga tao to ask you questions. So medyo ganito yon. But this time, these are typical questions that are asked during Miss Universe Q&A segment. So just give us a number, two numbers from 1 to 10, and we will give you the question that corresponds to the answer. So, are you ready?
Okay,
my
let me
I'm gonna
take
check.
a breath muna from the first segment. Okay, I am ready. Um, I choose number